The difference between a person in this world who acts spiritually and physically, that someone with a physical mindset always asks, can I? And a person with a spiritual mindset says, should I? Because if I should, and I step one step forward, I may not get there. I may fail. I may stumble. I don't care. But if I should do something and I step a little bit forward, Hashem will put something in me. That is a miracle. How does a bunch of people learn how to do things? And who taught it to them? That means when they stepped forward because they thought that they should, something miraculous happened in which inside them, Hashem took their soul and gave them wisdom. It's miracles that you never see because it looks like it's nature. It's the hidden miracle. It's what the Lubavitcher Rebbe calls above nature, within nature. There's the above nature miracles, right? Splitting seas and frogs. Then there's the within nature. That person just knew how to do it. They couldn't do it and they did it. They were given a challenge and like, I'm going to totally fail. And all of a sudden, a year later, they figured it out. This organization started in a little house and now it's the center. And by the way, I got to tell you something. If you look back at our history, if you look at the Jewish people, you will find that the Jewish people run by this rule. We are always the few over the many, aren't we? We are always rabim biyad me'atim. God couldn't have more chashmonaim. God couldn't have more people. We couldn't have 1 billion people. It would have been too hard for Hashem to stick us in the corner of the world and leave us alone for all the years. He has to keep us at the same number as we were years ago. Hashem couldn't have in Israel right now 1 billion people. It'd be so hard for Hashem, for us to have 1 billion people strong. We gotta always be in the Middle East amongst everybody trying to kill us. It always has to be we're running around from country to country with a few people. How is it in all of our lives we're sitting here today? Like, think about it. How are you sitting on the floor today? Who brought you here? 2 generations ago, half of us were in a gas chamber, half of us were getting kicked out of the Middle East. Half of my grandparents were running around Syria and Lebanon, and half of my grandparents were getting put into Auschwitz. How did you end up in a place with hundreds of centers? How are we streaming to millions of people here? Who gave you hatzlacha like this? How do you get to a place where 2 generations later, we have so much bracha? We have a state of Israel. We have F-16s with Jewish stars on them. Where'd that happen from? You know where it happened from? It happened from always the same story. It's a few people that walk into a scenario and goes, I don't know, you think they knew how to do this in 1948? You think anybody said, I got this, this is easy, we got this. We're just gonna build armies in that, what? You think anybody came to Queens? Or to any community in the entire America and said, ask the people that grant your grandparents. You think they showed up and go, we got this, that shouldn't be a problem. We'll just rebuild Klal Yisrael after going through PTSD. How'd they do it? You know how they did it? Matzah b'tivo. They just found something. I could do this. Let's make a little shul. Let's just build it strong. We could do this. Kids shouldn't be on the streets. Let's put them into it. Now let's build a school for them. Let's try to put something online. Ask Torah and guys how it started. Let's just do a little bit. Daily giving. Let's just do a little bit. Not could I, should I. It's life. And when you step forward for Hashem and you don't know how to do it, in the darkness, you're uncomfortable, you're vulnerable, you know you should, but you don't know how. When you step forward for God, not knowing how to do something, a miracle happens. It's a miracle. It's a miracle within nature. You somehow figure it out.